Okay, so welcome to the stream. I've just started it up and getting ready to go. So basically we're going to be streaming Crimson Desert, the game, coming to Mac in the next like 13 minutes. So basically we're going to be looking at running this game as much as possible on the different Macs that I have. Some of them are right behind me. I'm actually loading them up right now. There's a bit of confusion about release date. So on the Mac App Store, it says here 21st of March. That's 2 days away. But the version I've got here, I've got preloaded, is meant to come out today. So normally, release dates are finicky things, right? I received a press review code, and they did explicitly state that I'm a Mac YouTuber. So unless the PR guys made a massive mistake, right, that I'm pretty sure the Mac version is coming out now. If it isn't, we're going to have some real fun trying to run the Windows version through crossover. But yeah, so let's have a quick look at the Mac specs that we are looking at today. I find it interesting, this format that they're using, because this looks exactly the same as the Assassin's Creed and the Cyberpunk kind of template for this. Maybe it's an Apple-inspired kind of template for how they expect you to configure minimum things. So yeah, so we're going to be referring to this throughout this stream. So Ether the Lucky, hi, yes, I did. When Death Stranding 2 released today, I actually tried running the game, and then I think, yeah, so I did buy it, right? And I've played it for 5 minutes. That's mostly opening up the launcher and then closing it again. So we did look at it, and there's like a Reddit thread on the Mac Gaming subreddit, which I contributed to. Basically, as far as I can tell, there's not much we can do about it. So if we look at the newest. Okay. Ooh. And then yeah, I should have requested this review key earlier. I'm quite lazy in that sense. I kind of forgot about it until this week. So yeah, maybe if I'd asked it for a month ago, they would have given me it was clear that embargo released yesterday, so maybe I could have got it beforehand. Anyway, yeah, so let me see, what am I going back? Death Stranding. Yeah, so there's this thread here 7 hours ago. This is me. I tried this already, blah, blah, blah. No one's got it to work yet. So unless somebody figures it out, I'm assuming that code weavers need to like do something to get it working. Obviously, the first Death Stranding game does work through crossover. If you wanted to play this one, it's especially cheap, this Director's Cut, the Windows version, and it actually works really well through crossover. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. So this won't work on an M1 Max. It doesn't say that. So the M2 generation is on this list. Yeah, Death Stranding 2 does not have a Mac version. We only have the Windows version, which released today, but it's not working on crossover at the moment. So Death Stranding 1 does work surprisingly well through crossover. Yeah, what's the crossover from? Yeah, can I try base M4 Air? Oh yeah, yeah, I do have a base M4 Air. I'm gonna load it up on my M5 Max first, and then we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll use this like 10 minutes to prepare. So we've got 10 minutes. Then we need to decrypt the preload, right? Which basically means, the file that we preload needs to be decrypted so we can play it only after release time. So that uses quite a lot of CPU power. Let me see what we've got. Crimson Desert. So we'll wait for this to like, hopefully, I'm fingers crossed we don't have any issues running the Mac version, but I'm just gonna prep the other devices. It's logged me out of my Steam account for some reason. Yeah, so I'm preloading on my 3 of my Macs there. I guess I could try it on my M1 Max. I mean, I don't want to go overload because, so this game has come out right in the middle of like M5 Mac releases, and I've got all of my M5 Macs here. I'll try it on the M5 MacBook Air, and I'm also going to try it on the Neo. So I've got M5 Max, M5 Pro, M5 MacBook Air, and also a Mac Neo. So obviously Mac Neo is probably not going to even launch, but I just wanted to see that as an experiment. Which version looked better, Xbox Series X or M4 Pro? I'm hoping the M4 Pro version will look better than any console. It's a shame they're claiming 30 FPS just like the AC Shadows. It's interesting that they've decided to do this thing called For This Mac. So we've seen For This Mac targeting 30 FPS. We've seen this For This Mac setting in 3 games now. So there's Assassin's Creed Shadows and then also Cyberpunk 2077. So it looks like this is a big, like an Apple Play kind of thing where they've branded their kind of Mac specification sheet similar to this. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just because this is the PC specs. This is just how they do it. Because if I look at the formatting for like Cyberpunk Mac sys requirements, maybe all games just look like this now, the system requirements, right? For this Mac, maybe it's just something that they decided to do to make it look sort of consistent. So this kind of format, I'm not really sure. But anyway, this looks remarkably similar to the other thing. So I'd be interested. You know, they've got this minimum recommended high fidelity for, okay. So yeah, similar kind of deal. I guess it's a very common format as well. Preloaded M1 MacBook Air, wish it luck. Yes, I wish it luck. Hopefully Kojima ports Death Stranding, since all the benchmarks show you need a 4070 to get near the PS5 performance. Okay. M2 Pro being the lowest requires me to run good on the Neo. Yeah, definitely not going to run good on the Neo. It's more like a fun thing. But you know what? I should probably charge up my old Macs, and the M1 Max and the M1 MacBook Air. Yeah, I'll load up my MacBook Air. 8 gigabytes, see if we can get this running. So yeah, another thing is that I've completely destroyed my knee, okay? So one thing that's happened is that some of you might have noticed that I've been quite busy over the last day, right? Over the last week. And basically I've been combining live streaming and walking. So Overkill Labs, thank you very much for joining as a member. You've been contributing so much to the streams lately. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so I've completely destroyed my right knee. I woke up yesterday in like agony, and then today was even worse, right? So I went to the doctor, and then I checked out my my knee, and then basically I can't walk properly, and basically I told my doctor about my routine. Oh yeah, I've been doing these live streams. They're like 5-7 hours long, and then basically once I walk on a treadmill, right, and also went for a run afterwards. And then he said, like, well, yeah, it's probably. What do you think it is, doctor? And he's basically, well, I think it's that you just overworked your knee. And so basically my knee's shot, and I'm like basically aging. I think it's my joints are aging. So I haven't been able to walk around properly. So I've been doctor's orders: sit down when I'm working. Don't stand up. Don't walk. Right. So I decided to decompress. I got locked out. Something happened here. So thank you very much, Mac Pro Tips. How does it feel to be the greatest Mac content creator on the planet? I feel good, thank you. I don't really understand. I think about this constantly, right? I don't really understand why more people don't do it. So Mac Pro Tips, you should do more, right? I know you do a lot. I think you're probably now that Mr. McRae is basically retired, right? So you're basically the second largest one, and you don't even create content that much. So yeah, I think I welcome more people to join this community. It's straight. It's it's a small world, right? And there's a lot of us to be represented, right? So yeah, it's a lot of fun. So you should do more content, because you're basically the content creator number 2 now. Now that Mr. McWhite's not doing this. Okay, Crimson Desert. What's it doing? It's doing something. Something. I know it's unrelated, but what camera lens am I to use? I use a Sony A7 IV for my webcam. So this is a massive amount of money for like a 1080p webcam, basically. So, and I use a Tamron lens. I forgot which lens it is. It's just locked into one place now. So I could actually switch lens if I wanted to, but I'm quite happy with my lens setup, so I'm never going to change it. Yeah, so it's basically like $1,500 webcam that I've got pointed at my face. I used to do some, but won't go on camera. Docky, yeah, people, I didn't used to go on camera, but going on camera is the easiest way to build engagement, I think. And part of it is just like getting over yourself. I think that's one thing I've personally faced. I'm not wanting to like appear on camera, but once you get over that and then get used to it, some of my early videos are just awful. Okay, I'm just going to prepare this M1 MacBook Air and then see how we go. Because it'll be interesting if I can get this working on M1 MacBook Air. But it means that I need to prep the laptop. I've got to like delete all the data. Now you have a horrible Dutch accent. I don't think that's a real big issue, Almost everyone who I've spoken to who is who's Dutch has got like excellent English. Maybe that's just an unfounded stereotype, but I don't know. Yeah, have you tried the Mac 18 Core 14 inch? I don't have any 14 inches because the way that the games were handled, the shipping dates handled, I found that it was faster for me to get the 16 inches for both those computers. I'm not very good at testing out thermals. Okay. Whoa, it's 1 minute to 10, and we are. But well, something's happening. The Mac version is coming up. Well, the near set file wants running this. I don't think so. Okay, verifying. Okay, here we go. So I'm just trying to get my MacBook Air working too. Okay, so I want to get this up and running. Do you have the Mac's fan control? Just let the Mac handle. I just normally let it. Yeah. Shaders compiling. Okay, apply. This is the standard gamma value. Okay, it's defaulted to like metal effects. Okay, let's see, settings. This Mac version, Mac version. So it's the M5 Max chip. Oh, it's for this Mac thinks that this is Ultra. Okay, so let me just invert. Okay, so I've heard so much about this game, but I don't really know much about what's actually going to be like. Frame rate limit. Let's put this to 1 to unlimited. Controls recommended for this game. Okay, so I've got my controller. Yeah, I've got my DualSense here, so we can do this. Let me see. For this Mac Ultra, the Mac Store version is out as well. Really? Crimson. Oh yeah, it's out. Yeah, it's the same time. Someone just buggered up the release time. Okay, good. So let's have a go. Okay, so we're gonna launch now. Okay, so frame gen's enabled. Yeah. Oh, did I just bugger that up again? So it's saying here what's going on. So metal effects. So let's start us off at balanced, right? So balanced is 1280p scaled up to 4K, right? And then okay, so this preset is ultra. Go on. So it wants to go from 1080p. Why would someone buy the Mac Store version when the Steam includes both Windows and Mac releases? Some people just really like the App Store. Some people don't want like the DRM of like Steam running in the background. Yeah. Okay, so for this Mac, VSync off. Okay, let's launch. Okay. Okay, new game. So I'm using a DualSense controller to try this out now. Just gonna watch a little as mine downloading, and I'm gonna hop in game. Yeah, don't spoil yourself. But we're here mostly to do like testing. I was quite interested to see if there's any kind of like benchmark for this particular game. Getting apps from the App Store can be more convenient, right? I mean, it can be. I found, like, generally speaking, the way that App Store cloud saves work is quite variable, right? In terms of like long-term storage of games. Thank you very much, Ethan Lucky, for the membership. Really appreciate it. I'm going to be doing some like members only content soon. I have some new ideas. I'm going to do like a members shout out tier, I think. So I've seen other YouTubers do this thing where they shout out other their like monthly supporters over time. Yeah, this is on Mac. So native release. The first like really big AAA game. The last one we had was basically Cyberpunk 2077 in the summer last year, and then earlier on we had like Assassin's Creed Shadows. So this is like the biggest like game that I've seen come out recently. Neither this nor DS2 have built-in benchmarks. Yeah, it's a shame that we don't have built-in benchmarks here. Okay, so the way that I'm running this game is that it's capped at 60. It's just the way that I'm doing the recording, because I'm basically recording the screen and I'm recording the stream at the same time. So basically, what I should do, even though I've turned off VSync, right? Oh, frame gen is enabled. Okay. Oh god, yeah, I should turn it off to get true settings. Okay, yeah, because it felt a bit laggy there, to be honest. So it's about, okay, this is the initial area. So do you think Apple makes them put for this Mac? It's some kind of, yeah, where's my sound gone? Let me just get the sound working. Because I'm just trying to hear whether it's coming up. It's coming up in the, yeah, I hear that now. But I want to do my dual sound at the moment. So let me do this. No, nothing's coming on the stream, so I'll just leave this on the capture card right now. Yeah, time to lower the settings. Yeah, it is pretty good though. I mean, so what I'm going to do, instead of using the for this Mac graphics preset, because that's not conducive to this kind of thing, let's put it on like high. So we've got low, medium, high, ultra. So let's put this on high, and then we'll keep the frame gen off. Frame gen off. It keeps really trying to push frame gen, isn't it? I'll turn the VSync off. Well, to be honest, what am I getting with high? Yeah, it's 40. Miracle if it even launches at all. Yeah, frame time from 40 to 50 milliseconds. Right now, frame interval is like 22, which is not amazing. Let's try and get this a bit closer to. So we've got high graphics preset, and it's set to performance mode on Metal Effects, so it's 1080p, but we could go even further into ultra performance. See, that's like so much better now. It's a frame interval of 16, so that's basically 16. Yeah, 60 FPS. Okay, good. Can you set it on minimum? Yeah, I want to get like a good indication of like what this particular Mac is capable of. So ultra performance is actually upscaling from 720p, which is not a good look, especially for this powerful a Mac. Above 20 milliseconds is horrible. Yeah, 40 is not amazing. Let me just see if I can get a bit closer to this. So we've got different upscaling modes too. Oh, just off and metal effects. Does this game go up to 120 hertz? It should do. I'm running this at 4K, you see, and my capture card only goes to 4K 60, so which is why this is being limited in this way. So let's have a look. Frame generation off. We'd love to see if this game runs via crossover. Yeah. There's no ray tracing, is there? Is there? Oh yeah, there is. Ray tracing is on. What happens if you turn it off? Like marginally better. Maybe drop to 1440p. Yeah, I think maybe it's the time to drop to 1440p because it's a bit optimistic to try to run this at 4K, even though this is like a very powerful Mac, right? And then maybe we could put this up to quite quality graphics preset. So it's like 960p. Say frame intervals 18, that's pretty good. Yeah. I'll try 4K minimum settings. I kind of like this. This is good. Let me turn VSync on actually, because we're not really. Oh, yeah, VSync is on. You think the M4 MacBook Pro is going to run this? I don't think so. Yeah, we've got my control out. You can remove metal frame cap using something called Quartz Debug. It's amazing. With Quartz Debug, right? Does it use up resources to do it? What did the devs recommend according to their specs? You know what? Let's double check that. Because they're saying to get Ultra, well, that's the PC settings. For this Mac, you need like an M4 Max to get Ultra graphics preset, but they recommend using upscaling and frame interpolation. So they're saying you can get 4K 60 using that, but only 40 FPS using 4K without frame gen, right? So that's what they're expecting. M5 Max is not too far off, maybe 15-20% of that M4 Max Ultra. So this is like in line with what they say. But I'm not particularly satisfied with this Mac setting, right? Because let me just show it again. Okay, so for this Mac, let's just see. We're doing 4K performance, so 1080p, and it's saying so this is with all the frame gen nonsense, right? And the frame interval is pretty good, 16 milliseconds. So that's the maximum for 60 FPS, right? This game is supposed to launch with a denoiser. Where is there like a denoiser setting? So we've got ray tracing turned on. I don't see a setting for it. Maybe maybe it's active already. Okay. Also, what I could do is probably just turn on my. I'm just going to check something with my Switch Res X. So I'll use this to try and capture like HDMI plus the camera plus the thing, just like to mirror. So what we could do is use this to just check something. So this is like the high DPI here, but I could try to run it through here instead. So instead of mirroring, we mirror for the built-in display, and then I changed it to built-in display to like something like this, the high DPI promotion version of 1080p, right? And then this might change the cap frame, the caps of this. So we're in like a window at the moment. Let's just try putting this. Put this in a window and full screen. It's got like a border, right? We're in a like 16 by 10 border at the moment. If you disable VSync, then it won't be locked. Yeah, I know, but a lot of the games that I've looked at are actually locked. Okay, so okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we've got somewhere, but like my HDMI view now is now cropped in a bit. So let me just fix that. Okay, I'm just going to relaunch the game, and then we can probably do it if I'm mirroring the Mac screen. If it runs our crossover, might be the only way to take advantage of it. Interesting. Ooh, can we? Is this quitting or not? Title screen and then quit. No, let's save first. Save. Title screen. I wonder if it runs on M1 Macs, I'll be at low settings. Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to try every Mac that I own, although my M1 Max isn't really charged properly. Can I just quit this? Can I just force quit? Yeah, it's force quit. I mentioned the optimum setting is to output at native res upscaled from 1080p and lower the settings you have to stable 60. Okay, yeah, I'll try to do that now. And I'll turn VSync off so that I can actually see the true performance. Reducing the lighting seems to increase the FPS a lot. Okay. Why are we cropped in? Okay, I'm just gonna mess around with some settings first. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back to this. So by default, what I want to do is force the. I'm trying to just get like a friendlier way of getting the current resolution. So I want to force like 1080p. Can I do that? Okay, I'm just gonna mess around. It's more to do with my setup than anything else. I want to get like the 4K up. Maybe I'll just do this 4K promotion. Yeah, scale resolution, and then that should translate over to the way I normally record games on this. Why don't you have donation alerts? Well, it just comes up in the super chats if you just I think an M1 Max with 32 GPU core will run it. That's my machine. I think it probably would, because that's more powerful than an M2 Pro, which is on the spec sheet. If it runs an M1, it's going to get horrible performance due to the fact that it has to translate two 64-bit atomics plus mesh shader fallbacks, similar to what we saw with AC Shadows. Yeah, so we've got the raw GPU grunt of the M3 Max, right? Sorry, the M1 Max with 32 G. It's that first gen 32 GPU cores, but we have to overcome some like hardware limitations. Time to win a $50 priority test and switch to Roblox gaming. Any ideas why Spider-Man 2 T-pose is fixed with M5 and anything before it's broken? It's just some kind of hardware limitation for the M1 chip. Well, this menu is crazy. Surely M1 will run as M2 does. They're more or less the same chip performance. I mean, not quite. Yeah, so they have the same like they have the same hardware like generation. So I don't think there's any difference between M1 and M2, like the graphics hardware. Okay, so So I'm just going to tweak this again. So we're going to go high, and we're going to turn off this nonsense. So every time it wants you to turn on frame generation, which is bad, and then we're going to turn off VSync, and then we're just going to see what the uncapped 4K frame rate upscaled from 1080p is like. Although it's like cropped in my image substantially, so it doesn't look correct. M2 is poor. I've got the 30 max, and it looks like the Stream Deck to get Steam Deck game.
We still have enough. Don't get in my way.
Okay, I don't know why my scaling has gone wrong. Let me just figure this out. Oh yeah, why has it done that? Just let me just try something. Yeah, it's like cropped into my screen as well. I think I'm just gonna, sorry about this guys. I'm just gonna like tweak this again so that I get a proper resolution. Because I should have like my custom resolution is not installed properly. Wait a sec. Yeah, there's no solution to Death Stranding 2 right now. You're just gonna have to wait. So normally I try to record at like I'm trying to record at 1080p or 16:9 aspect ratio, but I'm having trouble getting this to come up. So basically, we're in 16:10 aspect ratio at the moment, even though it says it's not. Check with M2 Pro works, but set the frame cap to 30, or you get a choppy experience. Yeah, probably. You know, I think with the M5 Max chip, we're probably ready to go for something that's actually a bit more ambitious than that. So like something like high settings at 60 frames per second. That's kind of what that's like the minimum requirement. So okay, I'm gonna reverse what I did before and set this as the main display. So normally, stop mirroring. You spend more time filming than actually playing it, like any Mac guide. You can't even run Trellis. I mean, it is fair enough that the true tinkerers, right, really do mess around with games way too much compared to other people. But right now, I'm more like doing stuff to do with the recording setup rather than the actual game itself. So yeah, we'll try this again. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go. From experience, how long do you think crossover will be fixed for DS2? I guarantee you they're looking at it like right now. They're like looking at the issues right now, and I don't think that I don't think it's fatal. Whatever it is, which is causing it to not work. I'm sure that they've already figured out what the problem is exactly. They just need a way to implement those fixes. Yeah, so we'll go back up to 4K. Performance, frame gen off, VSync off. Okay, so high preset. Sorry about this. Let's play. Do you think I can play it on my M5 Pro 1440p Ultra? Yes, I think so. If you use some kind of upscaling. I need something like an M5 Max since I can't game on less than 4040p, but again, I'm using 27-inch screen, so 1080p is very pixelated. Next year, M5 Max in June. Yeah, hopefully the new M5 Max and the new studios and minis and iMacs and stuff, all of the desktop ones will work. Will come out in WWDC. That seems to be the idea. I wish, like, because Apple are in control of their own supply chains. So I don't see why they couldn't do an implementation of like the release schedule that they've maintained for the last 3 years. The last 3 years they've been pushing out, or at least the last 2 years, right? I think M4, yeah, M3, M4, yeah. They basically pushed out all of the games quite relatively consistently. Okay, so sorry, this is back to the game. Okay, let's find a setting that we like. Okay, so video. Okay, in order to get good performance at 4K, I think we'd have to go to ultra performance mode, right? Because I don't like frame gen. Yeah, 60. This is roughly right. Okay, so just to reiterate what we're doing, it's high graphics preset, ultra performance metal effects. That's oh, that sounds depressing. 720p. I think I'm just gonna have to go down to 1440p. Let's go to 1440p and then use quality mode. Not even balanced, right? That's higher than quality, yeah. So we're in a high graphics preset, quality mode, frame gen off. It looks pretty good like that. Okay, let me just write this down, okay? So right now we're on testing M5 Max at 1440p high metal FX quality, okay? So I'm just noting it down. Maybe no ray tracing as well. Let's just see. As far as I can see, the ray tracing doesn't make that much difference. Because maybe it's like ray tracing is baked in. So this quality setting. We can also turn ray tracing off. What happens then? It like barely make. I think it barely makes a difference. Like the lighting, the way the lighting is done is like baked in. Maybe. It's like super detailed, this world. There's like, oh, look at the shadows and stuff. It's like nuts. I play games on my base M5 at native or half native resolution. I don't like uneven scaling blur. I don't mind it. I think that the scaling is actually pretty good on MacBooks. Okay, ray tracing on. I don't think it makes much difference because like it requires. It seems like using low RT version featured in PC. I think if I switch this to balanced, right, then I'll get that 60 FPS, right? So if I do upscale resolution, let's do balanced instead, okay? Yeah, we're getting like closer to that 60 cap, right? So I think I'll do balanced, okay? That looks, for me, that looks more interesting anyway. Thank you.
Don't see any signs of those bear bastards. I'll need to get some more the next time I'm in town.
The gaming is running on macOS? Yes, it's running on a Mac. Hey, so when you're walking around, right, you make eye contact with the guy. It doesn't matter which way you're facing, which is funny. Faces are a bit blurry at this resolution, isn't it? Can't really see. Is it playable? Yeah, it's playable.
Head down that way. So long as those black bears don't bother you.
This is Dragon's Dogma 2 Pro Max. Yeah, something like that.
I'll take down every black bear I
So
see.
this reminds me of the faction names are a bit close to the ones in Skyrim, aren't they?
Those fucking black bears.
So basically, unless you have an M5 Max, maybe M5 Pro, you won't have a good experience. Well, it just depends what your expectations are. You know, this is a high-end game. Yeah, can you hear my... This is the fans from my Mac.
Deserves a knife in his throat, and you'll be the one to do it. You've got a lot of fight. Cliff.
What's the current setting? Current setting is 1440p high graphics preset, metal effects at the balanced mode. I'm gonna turn my voice filter on, so my wife's saying some stuff in the background, so I'm gonna remove that noise.
May you find peace among your brothers.
How do you think this will perform on a base M5 MacBook Pro with 24 gigabytes of RAM? Well, we'll look at the spec sheet.
Say your farewells.
Yeah, so I turn on my voice filtering so you can't hear any background noise. How does it run on M4 Max? Well, we're going to get similar performance minus about 20%. So, you know. Is that guy is this this guy human? Is this character human?
Rest well.
Is this a world of like non-humans?
You will be missed.
600p on my base M1 is a stable 11 FPS with metal effects performance. Okay. Okay, good. Let me just save. And what I want to do is I'm just going to tweak the audio settings because I can't really get this working correctly. How much RAM do I have? It's 48 gigabytes of RAM in this particular machine. Just see my audio settings. Yeah, I just want to tweak this a bit because I can't hear anything. Let's go. Is this not working anymore, the sound? I think I hear the sound. What a sec. Multi-output device 2 should... No, not the controller. The speakers as well. That should output correctly. Oh, it's actually coming out of my controller. Still not working correctly. Give me a sec. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, good. So, interactions, just to hold L1 in order to interact. In terms of desktop GPU and laptop GPU, where would an M5 Pro BIMD be? Well, you can kind of see from if you compare the specs of the Windows ones. So, like an M5 Pro, we're looking at like, let me see. Closest to M4 Pro there's the recommended setting for 1080p 30 FPS. So 1080p 30 FPS, looking at like a RTX 2080. That's quite an old card now, relatively speaking. So even though it's like a relatively high-end Mac, we're looking at like pretty over in a lot of ways. It's overpriced. Yeah, we all know this. Do you notice better thermals with the M5 Max? No difference. Yeah, I haven't really looked at thermal testing, I'm afraid.
I'll be back before you know it. They couldn't catch me even if they tried.
Speak with your comrades. So I have to talk to all of them. So speak to Marius. Spoken to Marius. The cap is 60, but it tends to hover around load. Okay. And there's an option to kick. What does that do? Okay. It didn't do anything. Should I buy an PS5 or a MacBook Pro M4 Pro? Personally, I'd buy it on the Mac. If you had an M4 Pro, I'd buy it on the Mac. Just because it's a bit more portable. I don't know what your game setup is. I'm not going to tweak the settings right now because I want to get more... I want to see some like combat gameplay at the moment. Because right now it even looks kind of bad. It really wants to force frame gen, right?
You should stop that.
Obviously, the M series chips are more capable. This is like the peak of all. This is the peak of all Macs at the moment. M5 Max. M5 Pro is way better than the M4 Pro. Yeah. Okay, so on the minimap, I can see that I need to talk to this guy here. I can't find a run button.
I'm almost certain we've been betrayed. How else would they know the exact moment we were away? Rotten bastards. How dare they?
Speak with Ross. Okay, so I've done. So I'm going to enter the cabin now. Yeah, I don't have an M3 Ultra to hand, nor do I want to spend 4K on like a desktop Mac to sort that out.
Yams grow
Hey,
again.
Cliff.
Wish I'd just died on the battlefield.
Just eat it, Naira. There you are. Perfect timing as always. Sit down, dig in.
I find at the moment, right, looking at the graphics, I know I'm running at 856 upscale to 1440p. Maybe what I should be doing is like it just looks a bit bad, like the graphics. It looks a bit potatoey. Maybe what I should do is like use the Fordest Max setting, like it's intended.
Now shut up and eat.
We're just gonna sit here sipping this pig swill. I'd rather eat a black bear's bleed.
Like these faces don't look particularly good, right? Because like trying to target 60 on this particular Mac, right, might not be the right move. Because like I think it's bringing me out of the immersion a bit, having these like
That's enough.
faces which don't look
Our fight
that
isn't
good.
over. Everyone just shut the fuck.
What software I'm using? I'm not using anything at the moment. I'm gonna make a video showing the performance on other Macs, but I'm trying to get like the ideal settings here right now.
Gian has fallen, and with the great leader's death, our land, Pelun, once unified, has been plunged into chaos. And now,
Frame interpolator with a cap of
battle unfolds
60 might be the best way to go.
between the Greymanes, who fight to uphold his will, and the Black Bear forces that seek to set it aflame.
Well, the Mac is not for gaming. Well, I think that is kind of true, right? That you shouldn't really buy a Mac for gaming. I'm playing the Steam version.
The North has no place.
Ouch. Okay, that's because I'm doing jumping all the time. So we need the R1 key to do any kind of fighting. It doesn't tell you need to press R1 to fight, does it? So it's the Dark Souls like config layout. With how expensive consoles are getting, Mac gaming is a nice bonus, yeah.
You all right? Look out! Get out of here!
It's very heavy game and plays badly even on PS5. Has anyone actually tested this on PS5 yet? So we've got blocking with L1, and it's R1 and R2 for like attacks. So it's a bit like all the Souls-like games I've seen. So we've got blocking with the L1, and then R1 does the light attack, and then R2 does the heavy attack. Which is like standard Dark Souls. Yeah, considering the fact that this is a laptop, I'm not sure you want to play this at 40 FPS and 95 max though. The graphics don't look good, right? At this preset, there's a way. Yeah, ray tracing is on. Ray tracing is on by default.
Go easy, will you? Get your fat fingers off me!
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna just tweak something now. Okay, so instead of so I've got this what I thought was going to be good settings, but I don't think it's working very well. So let's like trust the gods with what they think I should be running at, which is frame cap of 60, VSync on, metal effects set to performance mode for this Mac. We'll try the for this Mac setting. Okay, I'll just make a note of this. Okay. So remember, this is with frame gen turned on. So as far as I can tell, it does not feel laggy. So, it actually looks way better with frame gen on. So if we look at the interval, so it's 37 milliseconds for the GPU and then 16 seconds for the frame interval. They really want us to use frame gen. Maybe I should just trust them, you know? Yeah, my capture card doesn't support HDR. Is this HDR? It's off, yeah. So I mean, these graphics are incredible, right? I mean, maybe this is it looks so good. You have to manually turn on HDR. I'm not recording in HDR, so I'm okay. HDR looks good on MacBook screens. Agreed. Even better than Cyberpunk, yeah. Oh, these guys are really good at fighting, aren't they? Turn off and look for under you must lower settings. So I want R to do something. Oh, like a big nice. Every single graphical preset turns on frame interpolator, and it tells us right now what's nice about the metal HUD, right? Is that it tells us our render FPS. So on the bottom right of the metal HUD, right? Because we're capped at 60, it's running at 30, right? What I'll do now is is basically uncap the frame rate. Let me just fast forward this. When a frame gen is variable, like if you run at 20 FPS without it as a generated frame, no, it interpolates, so it only doubles frame rate as far as I'm aware. So let's pull this up to that. So the underlying frame rate is 28. Turn off VSync, yeah, you're right. Okay, that's good. Oh my God. Oh, I just died, did I? It seems like an impossible situation to win. Too many dudes. Ah, ouch.
Look at you. All this effort.
The world looks so crisp and detailed compared to a game like Skyrim or something. This looks so much more detailed. So I have a new question, but is this game played with a controller? I'm using a DualSense right now, but you can play it with this. Promotion works with or without VSync. Try adjusting the game brightness. The stream is way too dark.
Let this be a lesson.
What I could do, yeah, I'll turn up the brightness a bit. It is a bit dark. On screen, it looks okay. Because if you look on the screen itself, yeah, to be honest, it does look a bit dark. I'll turn up the camera a bit.
Give Gian my regard.
I will test out other computers in a minute.
Hunt down every last grey maid. Leave none alive.
You must turn off VSync if you turn off frame rate limit. Yeah, I've turned off VSync already. Main character cooked, yeah, he's about to sell every upcoming enemy in the game. Exactly. So I'm using for this max setting. It's a realistic nighttime experience when I'm going to games and how can I push some folks away. Yeah, you need it to disable both frame rate and VSync. Your monitor has VRR. App Store says it works on the M1. Doubt. We're using... Okay, the thing is, right, this game is only using 12 gigabytes of memory, even though we're running on the Mac. It's a demanding game compared to others that I've run before. Okay, this is cool. This is the cliff. Yeah, so my VSync is off. Metal Effects performance mode. It's like... I'm going to punch 120 at minimum settings. VSync is turned off. It's the quirk of my capture setup. Oh my god, am I this high up? Oh, I can actually tell it where to go. Well, this is a big innovation in third-person jumping games. Oh my god. This guy's good at standing jumps. Impressive. Let me just try this with the frame gen turned off. Okay, now we're getting like close to 60, but during that intro sequence, it was very demanding. What do I mean to do here? Oh, I can't with this wall. Not just jump off the... It's working on M1. Which M1 are you testing on? I've never beaten a Souls-like game before. I'm not good at Dark Souls type of games. Blinding Flash. I could try this on the M3 Max a little bit later. So this is frame gen turned off. Can you show how each can we help? Lanterns. Oh my god, there's so many like things to learn. The water would be a good testing ground for the new metal effects at denoiser. Yeah. I don't even know what the denoiser is meant to look like. At this point, should have this screenshot of the settings. So right now it was set to for this Mac, which is ultra, right? It's ultra, VSync off, frame rate unlimited, frame gen off, performance mode 1080p basically. I think I will turn on VSync though, because it's better for my capture. It looks smoother on my MacBook screen. I turn up frame rate because I want to see like the true performance of this game.
Greymane. Greymane? Lost in thought again? Why don't we go inside?
The game is so detailed. I mean, look at these flowers.
Only just
Walking through these
fished you up the
flowers.
river.
Total RAM use is only
Fully
11.83
healed
gigabytes, so it's
without
not even one of
proper
the
rest.
biggest games I've actually seen. Let me just save here because it's good. This is a good place to save in open world. Can't save here.
I'm well enough.
Reminds me of a way more detailed Red Dead Redemption 2 because that game came out in 2019, I think.
Are you really sure you're well?
How much is we be using in total? So we're not even that hot at the moment. Plus, look at RAM usage. Got a couple of things that are going on in the background. Memory is 26 gig. I think if I restarted the computer and then play this, then we might have better luck with
You can
RAM
stay
usage.
as
It will
long
be
as you
lower.
like.
I'm fine. Really.
I think you should stay a bit longer.
So I think that this game is capable of running at 60 frames at 45. So running frame gen would give a
Very
more
well.
even frame time, I
If you're
think.
heading into town, you should stop by the Hernand Tavern.
You can pet dogs in this
News
game.
travels
Okay,
faster
that's good
out
news.
here, so if there's any information to be found, you'll find it there.
You've got and hired a free sword.
I'll take care of this. Look, I already paid you.
We're here for the interest.
What interest?
Hey, kid, come here. Just
If
pay
you
up
could
and there
just-
won't be any trouble.
Oi,
We're not asking, we're telling.
we'll beat the interest out of you. Or make your maps go up in flames. Your choice. What are you gawking at?
Don't you fucking know?
Motion capture works really good. Look at that.
Today will be your last. What do you call that?
That's a lot of blood. Don't get up.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Thank you. It's not the first time those bastards have laid into me.
What did I mention? Oh, okay, it came out in 2018.
I was ready to pack up and leave.
Did it come out in 2018 on
They
PC?
got what was coming to them. All thanks to you.
Where are you headed then?
Truth is, I'm also headed to Hernand. Can I tag along? Let's set off.
The textures are really high res, but we're only using 7 gigabytes of like video texture memory at the moment.
Foot, it won't take long to reach Hernand. But if you want to get to town quickly, we should ride there. You could ride with me, but
It's a super good looking game. This is one of the most graphically impressive games I've ever seen. Look at this open world.
he won't let me ride him, but maybe he'll take a liking to you.
Okay, horse riding.
What's that look for? Hernand used to be one of the nicest places to live.
Yeah.
But with those bandits about, you're always looking over your shoulder.
It's that bad.
It's worse than ever now. The guard's been stretched thin, and it's impossible to keep the peace.
Man, the graphics
Just
on this game are
ordinary folk
nuts.
who are paying the price. Now this here is one of
That's
my
what I like about Unified Memory. You're not completely stuck with a set video memory like you would on traditional PC. This game doesn't even use that much video memory. It's this whole game, this whole open world right now is only using 4.5 gigabytes of video texture memory.
We deserve a little serenity every now and again.
Yeah, so we're using Metal FX scaling. So it's scaling from 1080p to 4K. So 45 FPS is the base resolution.
I'm no fighter, but I know strength when I
Yeah,
check.
the YouTube stream's in
That
1080p.
kind
Sorry
of
about
skill
that.
will have people seeking you out, Greymane.
Graphics are on par with
Some
Forbidden
will need your help,
Horizon
like
Forbidden
me,
West. I think this is a step above
but
because of
others will just
the
want to
size
see
of the
how we
world and
measure
how
it.
realistic the graphics look.
That's the only way a fighter can test their strength. Funny.
What's the technical
isn't it?
VRAM with the M5 Max? Well, it's unified memory, so it's 48 gigabytes of potential video texture memory to play with.
Ah, we're nearly there.
Yeah, this game seems
That horse
optimized.
seems fond of you, Greymane.
I mean, the real test, right, is to see
A
if
horse
this will
would
run
make
on
traveling
low-end
a lot
computers.
easier. Hernan's bigger
So
than
it'll
you
be
might
interesting to
think.
see what my M1 will achieve. Maybe I should dig up my 16 gigabyte M1 Mac. You think I can run it on my M4 MacBook Air? I mean, yes, because we're at 12 gigabytes at the moment at quite high graphics preset. So I'll be testing out other Macs on this stream. Launching it now at M1. That's the real test. So is that your base M1 Mac Overkill Labs? I should do a video comparing all M series MacBooks testing the game, perhaps also the Neo. Just gonna make sure my Mac is done. The Neo. Will it run on the Neo? Mojar, thanks. I'm actually looking at my Neo here, which is this the Citrus one, and I did a preload download, and now it's unpacking. It's been unpacking for ages. But I sent $2. Okay, yeah, I'll test that on Neo, see if it even launches. This is a good place to save, right? So, because I want a consistent area to save. How can I save here? It doesn't. Okay, empty slot save. It's called New Journey. Okay.
It is most worrying. I've no idea what lies before us.
Man, look at the grass. Man, this looks incredible. I think M5 Pro and M3 Max will be very similar levels of performance. The M3 Max will be slightly faster, but not much. You see, the frame interval here is at 30 milliseconds, but if I put framed in on, right, the frame times become much more consistent. I don't know what it is. It just feels really good at this setting. Because this is basically for this max setting with frame generation turned on. M5 has double the performance RT cores. I know, but this is the first time I've run a game like this where the frame gen actually feels pretty good. Like, surprisingly good. There's so much detail here.
Good day.
That is something you don't understand that's about practice to follow. So this is frame gen on. Why does it feel so good?
Hello.
This is like well optimized for this Mac.
You there? You look like you've got some coin.
What do you think about DLSS 5? I mean, hopefully it's optional, right? It seems like DLSS 5 has really caused a real social media storm, right? Okay, low graphic settings. The thing is that the way that I'm doing my capture at the moment is that it's okay, it's from 10. If I stop mirroring, then you can see what is possible on the computer. So I'll take my HDMI cable out. Turn off my voice filter. So someone asked me for very low settings. Still capped at 120. Something about the way that the Mac. The low settings still look really good. I mean, this looks incredibly good at low still. This is at minimum, right? Because the shadows are a bit bad. This is the minimum graphics preset. This looks really good. 1440p performance mode upscaling from 720p. VSync off. This is the low graphics preset. My guy is like floating on top of the. Is that giant? We don't have dynamic resolution here. Let me just try plugging in again. It still looks really good at like the minimum graphics preset.
Go on, ask a question.
Maybe we should just play this game at the fullest max setting, which you can scale as low as 100p with Metal Effects. Can I do that? Can I choose to scale to 100p?
Don't you, smell friend? Help a fella out?
Can try and run on a city to see if the FPS is stable. Yeah, this is with frame interpolation.
What can I do for you?
God, the graphics are so good. Okay, well, let's try a different computer now. So let's get this up and running. Let's try something like a bit in low end. Actually, before I get this on the Neo, let's just get this. Let's see if I can launch it first without hooking anything up. Let's see if this bad boy can even open this game. I'm gonna open up. I've got a new dock as well. I'm gonna open this up before I do anything else. He's gonna pee its pants. I think it's trying. I'm trying a different dock, like a powered USB 3 dock, because using this baseless one. Okay, it's USB 3 dock, which will hopefully give me better performance and better HDMI output as well. So let's see if this works. You should be able to run this game way better than base M1. Well, fewer GPU. I mean, generally speaking, the game performance has been a lot worse than the M1. If we look at something like Cyberpunk. Something's happening. Might just play in the freezer. Can this tiny laptop do it? Can you do it? I'm sure you can. I'm sure you could boot in, maybe. Joining my prayer circle, I'm manifesting 10 FPS. I think I'm manifesting 3 FPS. This laptop would not even run Assassin's Creed Shadows. So we did a test with the Neo on Shadows and it didn't work. Earlier when you started the stream, I saw you pop up Death Stranding 2 on your Steam library and it said install. Yeah, that was the Windows version. Okay, let's see how this goes. At least it hasn't crashed yet. So the question is, can we get into the main menu at all? We'll just have to for this Mac preset, probably. And we send them out to 24, yeah. If we can hit 24. Don't be too amazed yet. We haven't even got to the main menu properly yet. Still a far cry from this working properly. So Brian Moff is saying, you're new to Mac, just want to thank you for the videos. So, appreciate it. Mac gaming needs more kind of champions, I think. I'm trying to get to the graphics menu. Quit app in the background, yeah. Why is it doing a transfer in the background? What are you doing? Oh, are you kidding me? It actually runs. Freaking hell. Hey man, it's working. I need to put upscaling on because it's only so it's running at native 600p. Bloody hell. The devs did an interview explaining how this game heavily relies on mesh shaders, which is why you see such a good performance with RT on only. Remember that this is just a loading screen, right? It loads into the actual game. If it hasn't crashed already. What I need to do is get into the graphics settings so that I can turn down the resolution. Yeah, we're getting into that 8 gigabyte. See, the app just jumped from like 6 gig to 8 gig. It's the max time to burn. I don't actually think it looks nice as a PowerPoint. PowerPoint looks sharper. Half a frame per second. Yeah, I think so. 5 frames per minute. While doing that, I want to get my 16 gig Air. Is it frozen? I'm not sure it's frozen yet. Can you set the settings on the M5 Max then switch over? I mean, I already did just run from the M5 Max, so it hasn't remembered any of the settings. Okay, I think it's bugged. Yeah, it's dead. It tried hard. Okay, what I'll do is quit out of this and I'll give it one more go, okay? And make sure this time instead of just rushing in, I'm gonna like make sure everything is closed because I don't have stuff in the background which is open like crossover. So I'm just gonna reboot my Neo, which I haven't actually rebooted for a while. In order to choose settings, I need to get into the main menu, which I can't do at the moment. Okay, try it one more time. So a config file I can access. So most games put their stuff inside a thing called the application support containers folder. Yeah, I didn't see it. I can only turn off Steam if Steam is not required for DRM. I haven't tested it properly yet. 400 by 300. Well, I wonder why it's doing this resolution now. I'll try it without the RAM and without the Steam in the background in a minute. I'm not sure it'll launch though. Well, for some reason it's defaulting at 400 by 300, which is good, I guess. Wouldn't not a lot of games don't launch. I mean, some games do launch because they're DRM free, like Cyberpunk 2077. Well, it's defaulted to a low resolution this time. I'm not sure why. Let's see if it gets further, because too many particles. It looks worse than like Quake 1 software mode. Oh, hard crash. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time actually. I wanna eliminate this as an option. Yeah, if this was an A19 Pro instead of an A18 Pro with 12 gigs, then this might have actually worked. This is not a waste of time. It's interesting. It's like academic. Because what I'm gonna do next, right, is trying to install this on my M1 Mac with 16 gigs of RAM, and then I think that 16 gigs is going to be the thing which makes the difference. Like you can see without the metal effects, it doesn't look too bad. Like you imagine it working with all of the world loaded in. They said you can change settings other than the main menu. How do you do it then? I think I'm already at the lowest possible setting. Don't usually, yeah, games normally require it, but I can try. Is Crimson Desert DRM free? That's the question. I mean, I doubt it because the Windows version have de novo, right? Because if you let a game not run, if you let a game become DRM free on day one, it's basically easy mode for like piracy. Because you just upload the exe. You know, access settings from within the main menu. I mean, I'm trying to load the main menu. This automatically loads. This is the main menu. Like, if I press escape, which I just did, right? It could probably run if it had more RAM. Yeah, I think the RAM is the main limiting factor here. Something's happening. Don't even Russian in the chat. That's more of an inside joke. Okay. Well, Russians are the best at repacking games, aren't they? Two FPS. This is. I don't think we're in the main menu yet. Yes, further than last. Oh my god! Seriously. What's the menu button? It's not escape. What's the Crimson Desert? Yeah, escape. I'm pressing escape. Backspace. If I could get metal effects turned on, then I might actually have a chance of running this game at frame rate, at something. Because I can't even get to the menu. Yeah, it's got to run solid 2.5 frames per second. My pregnancy test can run this game better, yeah. Why is your metal head so sharp? You see the resolution this low. It's a scaled resolution, that's why. Can I turn around? It's like a bank of... It's impressionist, yeah. So... Abstract art, yeah, I think that's right. But his Revolver looked better, yeah. But the Redemption 2 was better than this, because that was running at 30 FPS, or like 20 to 25 FPS. It's at 100 degrees. The Neo couldn't run AC Shadows. We tried it. This kind of thing looks like my first PC Pentium 1 playing video from maybe like Encarta or something. Yeah, 100 degrees C. What's the keyboard command for the main menu? It's escape, right? I tried escape, I tried backspace. I can't get to the menu. I want to change the graphic settings. Because I'm pressing escape. Or just to hold it down or something. Try the controller. Let's tap. At 400 by 300, I can't really read the read this setting. Okay, I'm not. I don't think I'm getting anywhere with this. Okay. Okay, what I'm gonna do is try a different Mac now. Okay, so we've tried a couple now, so let's do another one. Okay, gonna give you guys a choice. Let me see. Let's do a poll, okay? So I'm gonna do poll for which one to do next. Okay, I'm gonna start a poll. I want to do a MacBook Air next. Actually, I don't have my M4 MacBook Air ready yet. M4 Air, baby. So a lot of people have got the M4 Air, don't they? Wow, it's a lot, 50%. Okay, and this is the one I haven't actually got ready yet. Is M4 Air similar to the Mac Mini M4? I mean, it's about 25% slower. Okay, crash when okay, goodbye, Neo. Okay, M4 MacBook Air, but I think I'm gonna have to install it from scratch. Just give me a sec. So basically, the iPhone 17 Pro could run the game. I think it could actually. I think what I'm gonna have to do is install this game onto my NAS in order for this to work correctly. So I need to actually install this first. Then it's going to be a lot easier for me to grab the game across multiple devices. So the Air didn't run any games besides Tunic. Well, there's a lot of games that run on the M4 Air. So you'd be surprised how much how many tips do work. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll install this game to the NAS first, right? So install from scratch is faster. So this is the M4 MacBook Air. It just needs 20 minutes. I mean, less than that because it could have been faster, but we're limited by the what am I limited by? This should be able to get a 1.6 gigabit. The Mac version has DRM that you won't be able to play in more than 5 different Macs today. Can you 80 megabytes per second? I mean, earlier we were getting let me just check. Sometimes if I change to Manchester, right, this goes faster. You just watch a video of someone using a base M4 Mac Mini and he was getting 32 FPS. Okay, let me see. Which video is... I should be able to get pretty good speeds. Press O on the title screen settings so you don't need to go in the game. Why is it downloading War Thunder? I'm using Ethernet, yeah. In fact, I'm using 2.5 gigabit Ethernet. Oh, Wyvern's already published.
Hey, mech fans.
That was fast. Yeah, so we're gonna get similar performance to this. Looks really good on the base M4. How is it already recorded? And yeah, man, it's only been an hour and a half or something since the game released. You have to decrypt the game and then voiceover fast. Hopefully once I download this game, right, and run it, I've installed it onto my NAS. Okay, while I'm doing that, I think I've got this ready on my M4, M5 Air. So I put my M4, I'll do my M4 Air next. I'll do my M5 Air first. So I'm gonna do my M5 Air first. Okay, so sorry about that, not respecting my poll, but basically the M5 Air is number 2, and then this one I've already got this installed. So I can run this first and I'll let this one run down. Yeah, so let the other one download. This one was preloaded already, so it just needs to unpack. Then I can try this out. I haven't tested on the M5 Pro yet. This is the M5 MacBook Air. 16 gigabytes of memory. So it's quite a low-end computer, but we should have some luck with this. It's going a bit faster than. So what can we expect from the Mac side of things? Okay. Something like the base M4 should be able to run this at 720p, 30 FPS, and 60 with some frame gen. So we're just unpacking the file because we did this is from the preload. So just unpacking this, just taking a bit more. Yeah. Resuming that download. Okay, cool. Well, I think we're going to be launching this like any second now. Okay, so this is M5 MacBook Air. We're looking at 16 gigabytes, like base model, and we have I think we're looking at the 10 CPU cores, 16 gigabytes of memory, and then we're looking at 8 GPU cores, so low end. What's my Steam class? It did load my. I think it just didn't pick up the one from the Neo, which is fine. As long as I got the one from my M5 Max, then we've cleared the first like intro area. I'll try and clear some memory. It's the 8 GPU core MacBook Air. So I've tested the M5 Max, the MacBook Neo, and this is the M5 MacBook Air. So for this Mac, it wants to go medium, metal effects performance, frame gen on. Okay, well, let's try this out. Let's trust them and see what it wants us to do. Performance of the M4 Pro should be close to the M5 or even better. M4 Pro is substantially faster than M5 still. So this is for this max setting, frame gen. So the internal render FPS is 25 for this menu part. So I'm just using the for this max setting for the M4 MacBook Air. Shadow of tree leaves coming through the window and they're flickering. Yeah. Okay. Hey, it picked up exactly where I was on the MacBook Neo. So the render FPS is 15 FPS. So I don't like this for this max setting for this. So I'm gonna bump it down to 1080p because almost every game I've played at, right, is a 1080p game on this particular Mac. It's 22 FPS. Let's try. Let's go for low. Let's go back to 1080p. Frame gen off. VSync. This is M5 Air, not the M4 Air. So low metal effects to the performance. It's 540p upscaling, 30 FPS. But if I apply frame gen on, nah. Yeah, that's frame gen on. Let's put on minimum. And then we'll turn frame gen off.
You're awful.
The shadows look rough.
Yeah, what do you want?
Look at the top of the screen for graphical glitches.
Move along.
Even the M5, it says there's minimum graphics settings, 30 FPS.
Fine day for it, no?
RAM limited, yes. Let me check that. Let me check our activity monitor. Still in the green. Yeah, 540p upscaling is the horrible shadows and flickering. But I guess it could be worse. It could be ultra performance, which will make it even worse, but give a better frame rate.
Get away.
And what say we lock to 30, okay? It just feels a lot better locked to 30.
You can't do that.
Rin?
Yeah, it looks ugly. But if I lock, let's say we lock to 30, right? And then we went from... Can this run at medium? Can this run at medium at a performance mode? Nah, it won't lock to 30. Ooh, the M5 Air is gonna... The M5 Air is gonna really struggle with this.
Fine day for it,
How come the games run better in 1440p than 1080p? Not sure actually. This max setting is doing some kind of heavy lifting here.
Yeah.
This doesn't look better because it's rendering at 14 FPS and trying to frame gen up, and the input latency is going to be nuts, right? Delta time of the interpolator is like 60, 70 milliseconds, which is quite a lot. There's so many NPCs here. There's literally hundreds. I think that I can see in this area. Yeah, I think So ultra performance metal effects 1080p with frame gen turned off. Set at the minimum graphics preset. Ray tracing is also off. Okay, so here we're getting 40 FPS. Yeah, it looks better because frame gen, because it's the frame gen is doing a lot of work. These shadows look awful at the low end. Yeah, so this is like the M5, right?
Be somewhere.
So like even if we got this to yeah, 720p. Okay, let's try that. 720p. So if we put this down to 720p, and then that will go to ultra performance and 240p. I mean,
Bumpkin. Looking for someone? Do you see me standing?
I think you're gonna need a higher end Mac in order to play this game, for sure. It's the DVD version. I think this is the VHS version. So the thing is, right, that this is like the extent at which we could probably run this on a MacBook Air, and it's not looking good. This is like the fastest MacBook Air. Yeah, the M4 will just the MacBook Air M4 will just be worse than this, like 20-30% worse than this.
Good day.
So let me look at the specs. Is it recommended? Well, there is quite a big difference between the base M4 MacBook Air with passively cooled. There's quite a big difference between that and this. So I'm going to close down. It's saying that we can achieve 30 FPS at 900p. Okay, I'm going to try. So I'm not going to try any more. Well, I might try the M1 actually very soon. But this is going to be the M5 Pro. I think what I want to do is I'm going to try this first. Clamshell mode is going to make it worse because the way that the computer handles that. Okay. So looking at the M5 Pro now. Okay, so this is the M5 Pro Mac. Let's have a look at before this max setting. I'll just double check. Why do the shadows in this game look weird? We are upscaling quite aggressively, I think. Okay, let's check what we've got here. I don't like how convoluted it is at the settings menu. Okay, for this Mac, it wants to do high with metal effects performance mode, so 720p up to 1440p with frame gen on. So that's what it does, right? So just see, this is the default for this Mac setting, and it looks great. The gap between M5 and the M5 Pro is a lot. Yes. So the render FPS is 30 FPS. Yeah, you need. I think to play this game, you need a higher end machine. I wonder if the M4 Pro will want as well, M3 Max. I have my M3 Max with me. I think the M3 Max is very similar level of performance to M5 Pro.
Fine day for it, no?
Okay, so this is frame gen turned on. There's 10 frame gen off. So 720p at high is a 48 FPS experience. How much RAM is this? It's 24 gigs. Yeah, still 40 FPS. It's not bad.
Fine day for it, no?
I wonder where it's like a good benchmarking area, because we're in this city at the moment. This small but there's a lot of FPCs in this. How do I cancel my arrow shooting? Because I'm just terrorizing people. How do you cancel the arrow? So how was the max upscaling 4K? That thing is powerful, yes. It has not stuttered like the base M5 chip.
What's the matter with you?
What a woeful fate.
God, the graphics are so good.
Spare something for a poor wretch?
Bug Hill with all the enemies fighting. Where's Bug Hill?
Fine day, is it not?
Do I have the MacBook Pro? I don't have the MacBook Pro base M5. I think that would perform a lot better. God, so interesting that this is the way that this is running.
My patrol's up. Let's be off.
Yeah, I think okay, let me just make a physical list of stuff. So I've done M5 Max. I've done M5. This is M5 Pro. I've done Neo, and I've done M5 Air. So really, the ones I want to do next are M1 Max. You know, to see if the older generation 32 gigabyte 30 and 32 GPU cores will work. I also want to test out the M1 MBA with 16 gigabytes of RAM, and then I'll test my M3 Max. So I've got 3 more laptops to run out, but I can feel myself getting really tired. It's like 12:30 here.
What do you want?
Yeah, I've got various downloads that I still need to complete. So what am I supposed to do now in this game? Like, what is the map telling me to do? I need to go somewhere. Oh, okay, yeah, there's a mini map icon. Just do this for a little bit. I think what I might do is I might you forge your own path. I might continue this stream tomorrow morning because I feel exhausted.
You there? You look like you've got some.
Let's just get to the next section I'm supposed to go to. How does the image look up close? You can there's this button here on the DualSense which lets you see the your character's face. And there's also this first person mode which is interesting. So you can like play the game like you're in Kingdom Come Deliverance or something.
You gonna help me out or not?
I tip my cap to you.
Hmm?
Nothing but fools and lunatics these days.
You smell of dirt.
Where am I supposed to go? Fuck. Oh my god, the toilet mechanic.
Hi there.
You can punch anyone in the face.
Fuck you.
Do you have a moment? and well met.
Let's have at it, eh?
Okay, so
Say
let's do it.
goodbye to your arm. Wanna give up?
Oh, I'm missing my quick time events. I'll do it again. Whoops. I'm not good with this. Oh, God.
You want another go? Let's have at it, eh? Say goodbye to your arm.
I can do this. Just to cushion timing.
Why are you wasting my time?
A quick time event is hard. Oh my God, I keep getting it wrong. Okay, I'm not doing this.
Like a wee little. Let's have at it, eh?
Pardon me.
Do I have to win this one in order to get... Do I have to win an arm wrestling match in order to progress the story? Try one more time.
Let's have at it, eh?
Okay, we can do this.
Sure you won't regret this. Come on, put your back into
Oh
it.
my God. Okay, good. Okay. Lock in. Oh, I missed it. Oh my God, that's stressful.
I learned a thing or two.
I'm happy that I can get my M4 Pro Mac Mini.
You're as
Yeah.
strong as you look.
I mean, as far as I can tell, with this kind of game,
proud
like,
of
you
your
could
own
probably play
strength.
this for hundreds or maybe thousands of hours. It's like a Skyrim, but like
And humble.
way
to
more
boot.
stuff to do.
My pa always said true strength lies in humility. I suppose he meant folk like you.
Well, thanks for the compliment. Let's do it again sometime.
Okay, I didn't have to. Okay, I didn't have to do that. Oh no, I do have to do that. For some reason, that was like absolutely necessary for me to do that entire
The world is filled.
give coin to the beggar. Okay. The M5 Pro is looking pretty good. Okay. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to end this stream here. And then I might continue this tomorrow in order to finish this. So I've done M5 Max, M5 Pro, Neo, and MacBook Air. Right. And then tomorrow I'm going to do the M1 Max, M1 MacBook Air, 16 gigabytes. See how, what the ideal settings for that. And I also test on my M3 Max MacBook Pro as well. And I'll cut together a video for that. Yeah, I'm kind of a bit I think a younger me would have been able to push through, but it's like 12:30 for me right at the moment. I'm kind of exhausted. So what I'm going to do is like pick this up in maybe in about 9 hours time, so get some good rest, and then tomorrow morning I'll just do an impromptu stream, probably for less time, probably less than 2 hours. Can I try this without upscaling at 1080p? Yeah, let's just do that and then I'll finish up. So 1080p, natural effects off. Yeah, it's a solid. It still looks really good.
Good day.
40 FPS. So it's actually rendering. It looks really, really good on this Pro machine. Won't play this anyway, but still curious to see if the M1 series is relevant. I like to see what it looks like on the lowest end Mac. I mean, it's a bit disappointing that the M5 Air with 8 GPU cores doesn't really look very good.
Turn back, please.
Oof, that guy didn't. That guy was really good at throwing. Really good grapple. It's interesting that how this game is rendered, and like, it's a slightly slower pace than something like Assassin's Creed Shadows,
Serendipitous meeting.
which is fast, right? This is like, the guy in this game is slower. The guy just tossed you like a sack of potatoes. Yeah, it's nuts. 1080p high. This is looking really good. Oh god. Yeah, definitely be playing this on an M5 Pro. Anyway, thank you very much for joining the stream today. I will continue tomorrow in about 9 hours time. So if you're around, please come again. But otherwise, I will see you later, and I'll make the video tomorrow. Okay. All right. Thanks for everyone for joining us today. This is high graphics preset, but I'm gonna get going now. All right. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.